You've reached Call in Mockery.
Welcome to Call in Mockery. Come get your podcast. Come get your podcast. I think that's a better opening for the show. Let's cut the first part.
We'll see.
Landon, it is an exciting day because it is, of course, summertime.
It is. It's the first day of summer, so we're celebrating that with, first of all, with a little hydration, aren't we, buddy?
Yes, we are. Let's go ahead and before we even start to talk about summertime, we are going to crack open.
This is new.
Yeah.
We have a new sponsor for the show. This is it's a new kind of upstart. We want to help them, help us type thing. So this is new. This is a water company that, you know how like people are like, no more plastic bottles.
Yeah.
One-use plastic is for wimps, and I hope you write a whole diary about how you're a wimpy kid because you're using one-use plastic.
And forever plastics or whatever, microplastics.
Microplastics.
Yep.
And they're all over, and they're hurting the kids, and they're in the oceans, and and barges can't even get through
right.
They can't even get their shipped goods through the little canals in Italy anymore because they're full of plastic. But luckily there's companies like this one it's a little upstart. No one's heard of this yet. It's a small little company, but boy, are their cans big.
Small company, big can. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, 19.2 ounces, I believe that sucker says right there in
These
front of
suckers
us.
are crazy. The company, of course, is called Liquid Death.
Yes.
Well, I guess I shouldn't say of course. This is probably the first time you're hearing of it. But it's a company called Liquid Death, and they have kind of their thing is like death metal. Like, and I think...
Drink our water, scum.
And we are drinking it up, aren't we?
Of course.
Of course you are.
Hello?
Of course you are.
So...
Okay.
And they have flavored waters, which is interesting. So we got a couple of brand new flavors from this brand new company called Liquid Death. And I am going to, I chose to try for the first time a flavor. Oh, this is funny.
Can I actually say?
Okay, sure.
They did give them to us they have this kind of funny, it's like
sorry, I'm just laughing at the...
It's like a paper bag, but it says Liquid Death. So it looks like a thing like a 40 ounce would come in.
Oh,
right?
yeah, like
but it's just water.
Yeah,
because that's whole part of their thing.
Because it's
the hell. So they came in that, and I said, "You pick one, I'll pick one. We'll just blind pick them out."
Yeah,
and we actually picked the opposite of what we have right now.
That's right.
But we picked them out, and we said, "You know what? Actually, now that I see the cans, I want to try something new."
Right.
Which is why you then picked this one, which you've never had before.
This is just funny, and they have kind of cute names. They're like a pun, sort of, because they're Liquid Death, and they want to like they make you, their whole aesthetic is sort of bad to the bone, and that kind of thing. So this is funny. Mine is called Unparleavable. So I'm hoping it's a pear flavor.
Why don't you take a drink and let us?
Oh wow, that's really good.
It is.
It tastes just like pear, and the bubbles are huge, thick bubbles.
Mine is something a little different. Unparleavable is interesting because it of course they have this sort of dark thing going on with their label. So that one fits right in.
Yeah.
Mine, I think, is maybe not as much as that, but
what?
I'm just
is it?
Just looking at it, reading it is so funny.
What is it?
It's just convicted melon. Whoa. It's like I'm drinking a
Watermelon.
Really?
Yeah.
It tastes really that good? Because I love the watermelon. It's one of our finest fruits, I say. especially if you got a very ripe one with the biggest yellow cream spot on it.
Here's what I've heard. I've heard that seedless watermelon is better than... No. I've heard seeded watermelon is always going to taste better than seedless. But you're just dealing with...
I cede that point to you.
Okay.
But you're dealing with eating around the little black.
Yeah.
Because they're poisonous. They'll kill you if you have one.
Well, they're not necessarily poisonous, but they will grow watermelon in your stomach. You'll have to send Tommy down there to go get it.
That's not what I heard.
Come on, everybody. We gotta go get the Chunky swallow the...
What was it? Watermelon?
Watermelon seed.
Chunky swallow the... Chunky swallow the...
Swallowed. Chucky swallowed a watermelon.
Tell
seed.
him.
I am.
Hey, Chucky swallowed a watermelon seed.
A baby's gotta do what a baby's gotta do. Chunky swallow the...
Watermelon seed. Holy Lord.
Say it after me. Water.
Water.
Melon.
Melon.
Seed.
Seed.
Watermelon seed.
Watermelon.
Seed.
Gotcha. It's me, Liquid Death Man.
This is the problem with drinking Liquid Death. If you're going to crack it open, you have to sign this contract, and it's
Yeah.
like, you will forever be indebted to the evil Liquid
Death Man.
Who's that?
The Liquid Death Man, of course.
Yeah.
I just work in corporate.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing with what we're seeing now, and if you look back through history, even the most vile people, you just go along with evil.
I'm probably more evil than the devil.
Because it's your job, right?
Exactly. I'm just a pencil pusher.
You should talk to Tommy. You guys can't freaking talk.
Yeah, me and Tommy haven't been on speaking terms since what he did for the company. We're going to do a little Rugrats X Liquid Death merch crossover. And
that'd be coul.
Yeah, it would be cool, but...
What'd Tommy do?
He pulled a screwdriver out of his diaper and he proceeded to poke me in the butt.
Great.
Okay.
So this is our summer special episode.
Maybe we should do the other one first.
Yeah, we might as well.
Guess what? It's not summer anymore. It's time for a regular episode. We never miss a week. This week is no different. So what the heck did you got going on?
What the heck did you got going on? Well, buddy, I had a few things going on, and I will bring them up. But of course,
pulled my list really quick.
Okay, here's...
Okay.
First off, I went shopping for some new clothes. It's true. It's true. I went shopping for some new clothes because you're getting ready for the school year. As you know, we're both in high school, so we have to get our fresh fit for senior year, and that's exciting. I'm excited because it's just you're the top dog, and all of your teachers are kind of like liking you and stuff, and they know that you're kind of 1 foot out the door type thing. And
I heard from my older brother.
Yeah.
He said, the seniors play it all. They're kind of the top dogs, and they say, but the thing you need to know about being a senior is that it is easier. He said, because you're 1 foot out the door.
Yeah,
like what you're saying. But he was like, so don't even worry about the classes. They might be senior classes, but they're not even as hard as classes were.
Yeah, like junior year kicked my butt up and down that hallway.
Yeah,
AP Calc, AP.
Yeah, Mr. Barnyard's math class in the little fake school out back.
Yeah, AP Bio, that show that was on NBC, and then I think they finished it on Peacock, and they just it became a completely different show because they had a smaller budget.
Then there's the other one that's coming out it stars the guy that did the dentist video and the pickle video.
Yeah, but hopefully, hopefully. Senior year for us treats us well. So I went out and I got some new clothes, basically. But I went to... You ever go to a Von Mar? it's sort of
Yeah, they've got like a Tommy Bahama section.
they have the Tommy Bahama section, a suit section,
They've got a what?
a suit section, not a civil suit like you're wrapped up in, sir.
Well, I love all kinds of suits. I love all kinds of suits, everybody. I love blue suits with a big red tie.
Yeah.
I don't love the civil suits. I fall asleep very easily. Can you guys hear me in the back? They're using AI.
But what I noticed, I was looking around just at cause you can't even afford anything at Von Maur, not on my pension. High school kid. I go to the clearance rack, right? But
I thought getting a job at the mall, I was like 30% off everything at the mall. No. And that's kind of
just at Pretzel Maker.
It is a sad, they say pretzel maker, and because we are Auntie Annie's, we actually all the pretzels come from the same. I'm telling a little out of school here, yeah. Which is what we are right now. But
thank goodness, one more week.
Fingers crossed. I make it past that golden finish line and get back to school on the first day. Thank God the first day is always a half day, though. I don't think I can make it a full day.
Me neither, Trevor. But I noticed there's a brand. It's sick. It's sick what they're doing to the boys. It's sick what they're doing to boys.
It's sick what they're doing to the boys.
There's a brand called Super Massive. Have you seen that? It's like shirts. They have shirts and maybe they have pants. I'm not sure. I saw the shirts and it said Super Massive. And it's kind of like a skater aesthetic or something like that. And they have like the thing nowadays is the sort of Hawaiian shirt, but it's like ironic Hawaiian shirt or something.
Right.
Whoa, that was loud. And so Super Massive, okay, and you're like, okay, what does that exactly mean? And then there's this other brand called Chubbies.
Yeah, I've seen the Chubbies.
And they have like T-shirts that says Chubbies. Mm-hmm. All their shirts say Chubbies. Not just on the tag, it's on the front of the shirt. So I say Super Massive, Chubbies. And people say they care about men's mental health. You're trying to make us feel like we're chubbies and super massive.
And here's the thing about Chubbies that I think is just awful. They have the little swim trunks.
Yeah.
And they say Chubbies on them. And they're like, well, guess what? If you're Chubbies, you can't wear these.
Why call it Chubbies?
I don't know. I think people that start these brands are like people that I wouldn't be friends with in a million years.
Yeah. I don't know. It just makes me sick. Women have it easy. All their sizes are the same. Even across brands. Like Abercrombie has the same sizing as Fitch.
Yeah. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah. And all of them, if you're a 3 in one size, you're going to be a 3 in another brand. They're not going to change it so you feel like you're maybe a little bigger than you actually are. They're not going to do that to a woman.
And yet they still find room to complain. Did you guys shut the door on me?
Did we or can we?
Did you? I feel like they're using AI now.
No, they're not.
You should do that. Trump Jr., sir?
Yes.
You should do that to I Think We're Alone Now.
They're using AI now. I really thought the crowds were a little bit small. They're using AI now. Kamala and her boy Tim, walls and all. She's got a Converse on. I don't know the rest of the song, but they're using AI now. My dad's gonna win. Donald Jr. is me.
That's great.
That was awesome. Thank you, sir.
Of course. So yeah, what they're doing to boys is sad.
I think Supermassive is. Have you seen a lot of these shirts? Hold on, let me think about it. These Hawaiian shirts, but there's like a little other extra thing hidden in it. Where it's like it's a Hawaiian shirt, but there's some dinosaur skulls.
Yeah. That's Supermassive. Yeah.
Okay.
And on its own, the brand name Supermassive doesn't quite, but you look at it next to Chubbies and you say, okay, what's the agenda here?
Yeah.
You're trying to hurt the kids.
Especially when larges are just, they used to be so small.
Yeah. A large used to be a large.
Did you end up getting anything
No.
in that Von Maur?
No.
I bought a pair of shorts there once.
Yeah, I have before because sometimes they do have a nice deal going on that clearance rack. But on my pension as a high school kid, I can't quite afford a suit or a Tommy Bahama.
Well,
at
no,
full
they were like
price.
champion shorts. I wear them when I go out with the boys. Sometimes we'll do this thing where we drive around and we go to.
Yeah, I know.
You're there. You're in the car.
Yeah,
Trevor.
unless you're doing it without me.
Oh, Trev, we would never do it without you.
Don't ruin senior year for me.
You're one of my boys.
Don't do this to me.
Hey, look at me. We started this school together.
Yeah,
Remember, brick by brick, we started
of
it
course.
4 years ago. Well, 3.
Yeah.
We're starting our 4th. So, well, you go 1 year to 2.
Just
2, 3, so 4.
promise me you'll never go cruising the avenue without me.
Only if you promise me, if you ever hear there's a dead body in the woods somewhere, you make me walk on the train tracks for 2.5 hours to get out there to see the dead body before we all leave this podunk chat pile town and we never come back no more.
Deal.
But after high school, I think I will probably go to school for business.
Yeah.
And then I can start something like a Chubbies or a Super Massive.
You go for business, I'll go for pleasure.
Hey, why can't it be both?
Huh?
Every time I stay at a hotel, they're saying business or pleasure, sir.
or
And I go,
pleasure.
why can't it be both?
Yeah.
I make a little money. I see a couple of honeys. You know what I mean?
Especially if you still got them warm cookies in the little drawer behind there, sugar.
Did we tell the story about how we stayed at the same hotel and I got cookies and you didn't?
I don't think we did tell that story because I was telling about how there was a rat in my room,
Right.
but
So
we never got to.
that same hotel,
Yeah.
we showed up, and there were free cookies. So there was it was not the DoubleTree where they say there's going to be a warm chocolate chip cookie melted all over your white pillow, and we're going to charge money to your room for ruining our pillow. We said, sir, you put the cookie on our pillow.
Yeah.
They had a tier. It was like 3 tiers of cookies in this little thing where you have to open it and use the tongs to pull one out.
Right.
And then you can see the tongs are dirty. So it's like, I'd rather just touch the cookie. It's a whole thing.
Mhm.
So free cookies. Great. But when we checked in, the woman with which I live and they gave us a little gift bag, like a little paper gift bag
So insane.
that had 2 bottles of water and 2 packages of 4 Oreos each. So 8 Oreo cookies and 2 bottles of water. And we were laughing all the way up to our room because we're like, they've got cookies, but they're giving us other cookies. Ha 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 ha. Isn't that so funny? But then come to find out, you stayed at the same exact place, the same exact night as us.
Yeah. I checked in maybe an hour after you.
Yeah.
Walked in. Guy said, go screw.
Mm-hmm.
Here's your card. Go screw.
No cookies.
No cookies, no water.
No water. no
Barely
gift
spoke
bag.
to me.
Yeah.
No cookies in the little whatever you're talking about. The little.
That was empty?
I didn't see any cookies anywhere, man.
What the heck's going on?
I think they just did that for you guys.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's sick what they're doing to me.
I'm trying to think
the
why-
the boy.
Because I think it was probably the
Sad.
same. No, we had a woman.
I had a little guy.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe he was new. He didn't realize everyone got a little gift basket. Maybe
Yeah.
they knew that the rats mainly were on your floor and they were distracting you. But what if we get, or they're mainly on my floor and they were like, if he brings food back to his room, they will come out and try to get the food. We cannot give these people Oreo cookies. That's rat mana from
Well-
heaven. They'll be walking the desert to get that stuff.
You really think so?
I don't know. I hope they teach us about that in AP Bio this year.
Feifel goes what? Feifel goes Hilton, right?
Oh,
I heard there's some
what the?
Check.
check. I heard there's some cookies. I heard there's some cookies.
I heard there's some cookies at Hilton, and I'm gonna go get them.
Yeah, that's Fievel for you though.
Oh God! Hey, stop me if you've heard this one before.
Okay. Stop.
Okay, I thought so. But when I was going on
When I was a young boy,
my father took me in, and real ones will know that. Of course, to us, that's kind of vintage because we are in high school.
yeah, that's something my dad would listen to.
But it's one of those things I see where it's like, if you know the first note of this song, you're a real one.
Yeah, that's like the most famous song
Yeah.
by that band. Go ahead.
And of course, it's like, so I was on summer vacation this year, and I was driving out to the east, right? Driving out east, just like Fievel. And it's, of course, a 2-day trip. You do 8 the first day, and then your dad says, let's stop in this town. You go, okay, but we actually have more to drive tomorrow then. Can't we just keep going? And he says, no, I think I'm done here. You go, okay, well, if we just drive for another hour or two tomorrow, we won't be on the road for another 9 to 10 hours. And he goes, well, we're just going to stop here. So, and I already got the hotel booked, and I didn't tell you. And you say, okay,
Well, that's that then.
guess we'll stop here. I'm not really tired. It's like 5,
Sure.
but I guess we can just walk around Zanesville for a couple hours. So we get to the hotel, and Hampton Inn, write this down. We get inside, and my dad said, I've stayed here before. It's all good.
Whoa.
Like I've kind of scouted this out for us.
So he knows a place.
I
in
trust
Zanesville.
him, and we get in there, and we walk in, and all the walls and ceilings have been torn down. So the walls are just bare, like they've been ripped. Like all the wallpaper has been ripped off. All of the fixtures are off, so there's just wires sticking out everywhere. The drop ceiling has all been taken out, so there's just pipes everywhere. And we get up to the counter, and the guy's like, sorry. And we were waiting like 5-10 minutes for the only guy that works there. And he's like, sorry. Okay, let me get you checked, Dad. Sorry about, so you might notice we're a little under construction. We're like, yeah. He's like, they were going to redo the wallpaper down here, but they started taking the wallpaper off, and they realized that it was pulling all the drywall off. So they have to reinstall all the walls. And instead of doing it like floor by floor, they decided to do it all at once. And so we're like, so every floor.
No,
So you walk.
there's no walls.
You're just walking down, and all the walls have been ripped, and every floor. And then you go to use the stairwell, and in there, everything had just been torn down. The rooms were fine.
Sure.
Once you get into your room, but then everywhere you go, some lady came up to us, and she was like,
I'm sorry. They was gonna do the wallpaper downstairs, and then they found out about the drywall.
we know.
And then they just took all of it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we know, and it's okay.
But I promise all the rooms are nice. The rooms are really nice.
We know. Yeah.
We know. We already checked in, so it doesn't really matter.
Okay.
And who was that? That was another guest.
That was Dolly Parton. Look down.
Oh. She's got huge tattoos all over her arms.
Yep.
That she hides with a dress with long sleeves.
Want you to know that I'm a little crazy outside this dress.
So no, that was someone else that worked there.
Yeah, sure.
So she was profusely apologizing.
I'm so sorry.
Someone else was apologizing. It was just a really weird to just decide, let's just tear the whole.
Well,
Like it was just everywhere was just pipes and wires, and you go into your little room, and they've set the thermostat to like 59.
yeah.
It was.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Here's the cool thing, though. There was a guy that was outside. There's a couple kids outside setting off smoke bombs. I don't know what's going on in this town. And then they were outside, and they came back in, and the guy wiped his bare feet on the welcome mat, which has got to be the gross. Like,
Yeah.
he cleaned his feet on the dirtiest.
Ugh.
It was a strange situation. Kids are running around from the pool. Everything's wet.
You know what sucks about a hotel too is like, especially this one seems like the type that would have that thin 1-ply toilet paper,
Yeah.
which you said earlier, tear the hole.
Yeah.
That might happen with bad toilet paper. You might tear the hole.
Yeah. It's just
It's rough.
It's
man.
interesting how hotels work, right?
It sounds to me like they realized all of their walls were moldy or something, and they're like,
I think so.
cannot have that. We have like it's a health thing. We have to take all the walls.
It was
out.
like mold or asbestos, where they're like, this
Yeah.
has to go now.
yeah. Because also, if just taking the wallpaper off, the drywall doesn't just come off. What does that
No,
mean?
there was-
Drywall is like 3/4 inch thick.
It was a sketchy story that was only. It's one of those things where someone's lying, so they feel like they have to keep adding to it when no one asked.
Yeah.
Because we were nothing but cordial.
Yeah.
We were like, no, that's okay. My dad says I've stayed
I
here.
said cordial. You said cordial. Is that how you're supposed to say it? I
No,
always say
I said
cordial.
we were polite.
What?
I said we were being polite.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And my dad said, I've stayed here before. You've been nothing but cordial. And so,
Hey, wait a minute. What'd you say? Polite?
yeah, I said, you've been nothing but polite.
Okay.
So we just right off the bat, yeah, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. We're just need a place to lay our asses for the night.
Yeah.
you know? And they kept going, no, but really it was the drywall.
Did
And
they give you money off?
I don't think so.
Yeah. So shut up.
Yeah.
Leave me alone.
If you're not going to give me the room for free,
At least 10% off. So it's eyesore. I don't want to look at all this. Could
No.
you see like the electrical and stuff?
yeah,
Freaky.
like just wires kind of out by your feet.
I'm like, what if a little kid went up and started gnawing on it like kids often do?
And they're all wet too.
Yeah.
Kids,
Yeah, coming from the pool.
in hotels are just always wet
Yeah.
because they've been in the pool. Then they run around barefoot. The floor's all slippery. Then they run back.
On our little summer trip, the woman with whom I live and I, we went and we stayed at kind of a nice little hotel. I mean, it was actually a quite big hotel.
Are we talking Hey Guys Hey Hotel?
No, this was at the other. So that was in Charlestown. Then we went to Savannah. Now in Savannah, it was downtown.
Danny, we do things a little different.
Dad, we would have them in julep at 4, and before we have them in julep at 4, we have one at 2, and we have 2 at 2, if you know what I'm saying. We'll be back in 2 at 2, Chuck Woolery style, and we'll be eating mint juleps all day long.
We eat the mint julep and then we go.
Yeah, we stayed in an airplane hangar, and the guy said to us, he said,
Thank you for coming and staying at my hotel. That's what I call it in quotation marks. We have a mint julep at 3 and a mint julep at 4 and a 2 and 2. We call that 2 and 2. We eat the mint julep all day.
Chuck Woolery style?
Yes, sir. They're using AI now.
What?
AI.
Say that in the tune of, I Think We're Alone Now.
They're using AI now.
Woo! But no, this was a nice hotel downtown, kind of an upscale sort of a. Now we got it for a prize, a great prize. But you're on vacation, you want to live a little. They had the nice little pool area that kids were using during the day, but at night, there's like a little bar next to it, and there's Southern belles and their Southern gentlemen are all out there. They're sipping on their mint juleps and stuff.
Hi.
So one night, usually, because of the accident, I don't like to show my body off at the pool. But one night, there was no one down there. We said, let's go down to the pool. Let's just go down to the pool.
Absolutely.
But you do forget, I haven't been in a hotel pool in a really long time, especially at somewhere that's kind of swanky, where there's like people walking around in little twee suits and stuff. And not tweed, twee.
I completely heard you.
So we go down, we have a nice time in the pool.
People are going to think that I gave you some sort of look.
No.
And honestly, either way, it doesn't matter.
You're correct.
Who gives a shit?
So we go down to the pool.
It could be tweeds.
It could be either, of course.
World gonna stop spinning?
Huh?
World gonna stop spinning? Or let me guess, the ice walls at the edge of the world are gonna start melting.
Yeah, because it's almost like a bowl. But we go down to the pool, have a nice time. We're having fun. But then you realize, well, at the time I felt like I was not in high school. I felt like I was 30 or so.
Right.
So you realize you're all wet.
Mm-hmm.
And as a grown person walking through the hotel in little wet shorts and your hair's all wet and you like have to walk by people who are going out to enjoy the southern nightlife and they're all dressed up in their little gowns and
ready
stuff.
to go to some 200-year-old little building that's got a nice nice dinner
dueling pianos.
Yep.
And you're just walking by. Hey, yeah.
And the shorts are super cold now, right? So you're walking with a gait.
Yeah, and there's
not Matt, but
no.
You're walking sort of trying to not let it touch you.
And your little sandals are.
And then someone says like, "Kids got you in the pool, huh?"
Yeah, and you're like, yeah, I left him there. I'm like, what?
What you say?
Just kind of an embarrassing thing to do as an adult.
Yeah.
But
the hell?
Luckily, we still have time as we are in high school. We can still enjoy the pool.
The pool is the play. The pool is the play. Well, I'll work on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember the last. Well, here's when I was on vacation, saltwater pool.
Oh.
Heated saltwater pool. Now, saltwater pool, nice.
Yeah.
The heated portion,
yeah.
Uncle comes out and says, I got it set to 84. And I'm like, it's 95 degrees. You want the pool to be, I jumped into the pool and it felt like the air. It was the exact same temperature. Like,
no.
I went in and it just felt like I was in my sweat.
You want it to be cool.
Put it in the 70s at least.
Yeah.
Like a warm ocean.
Yeah.
What are you doing? It's 95 degrees out, so I'm going to take a dip in the 85-degree pool. I'll stay inside.
It was probably a hospitality thing. Like, I don't know how hot he wants it. Don't you think?
This is the
or
problem.
It's like
with,
just
this is the problem with family, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. I wish I knew mine.
What you say? Oh, when you only went and because of that, what you say?
Hey, speaking of family doing crazy stuff.
Yeah.
I have to okay, so there's and we have to use this for something.
Okay.
But it's just a funny story that everyone can laugh with. We have some family down in Texas and they don't typically go to church, but
We got some family down in Texas, and they're not the church-going type. Put that down. Well, I don't have the rest of the story yet.
so they go, but for some reason they went to church at kind of this big church that's especially down in Texas. Down in Texas, we have a church.
This is Texas.
Two things about Texas: high school football and church.
Do they say kolach?
Don't. But they
I said
Do they say collage?
no.
kolachi.
They said kolache, and we have to yell at them about it. Well, actually, this sect of family says kolach because they know they've been up here. Mm-hmm. They know how it's said.
They know better.
But there's just this one little stinker.
They've made it to the mainland.
They said kolache, and we said no.
That's why you had to take them to church.
So they go to church, and Texas is packed church, big church, packed church. But they see this row that only two people sitting in there, and it's kind of near the front. And they're like, oh, good seats. Let's just sit here. Mm-hmm. So they sit there. Great. They can see everything. They can hear it.
Is this sorry? Are you there? Or you're just this
no,
is being
this has just been
relayed
to me.
Got it.
So they're great time at church. Mm-hmm. They sing their little tunes. Mm-hmm. They go home. Great.
Lift me up, up, up. Lift me up, up, up. Lift me up, up, up. I'm in heaven.
They go back to church the next week. They say, this is nice.
They've reeled them in.
They go back to church the next week.
Maybe this will be a weekly thing we do, Martha.
Absolutely. Trevor.
I'm in high school.
Me too. They go back. Maybe it wasn't the next week. I actually don't know. But they go back and they're like, "Oh, it's packed again. Let's go back to that spot up front. Maybe it's cleared out." And it is again. The row is empty.
This is like a Reddit, like a creepypasta.
Except for a couple people. And they say, "All right, yeah, I guess we'll sit here." But they went to the other side of the aisle this time, and they realize as they're about to sit, there's a sign that says "Reserved for the mentally impaired." So they didn't know that. The first time they didn't know that. So they did not sit there again. That's reserved. But that's just got to go in a script or something.
That's
It's funny. Just an honest mistake.
They meant no harm.
No one meant any harm. It's just one of those things that's funny.
You do wonder if someone was trying to sit there and they're like, they got like, hey, they need it more than I do.
And just, now, people will be like,
yeah,
hi,
you can sit up front again.
Yeah.
There's like, we're okay now.
Our prayers were answered last week.
He pushed on my forehead and I fell over and everything's cool.
Just funny stuff, man.
Man, oh man.
Man, oh man.
I had one of those stories too, but unfortunately we're out of time.
No, I'll cut the stuff about chubbies.
We're going to have to anyway. No, I just can't remember what it was, but it was good.
Well, you ruminate on that, and we'll come back next week, and we'll talk about it. I'm sure.
Maybe a couple weeks.
Well, I can put these out in any order I want to.
Oh, okay.
Bye.
You're listening to the Prescribed Films Podcast Network, home to hundreds of hours of free podcast entertainment. The shows on this network all have a common goal, providing you with the best discussions about movies and other forms of entertainment media. The PFPN hopes to fill your earholes with audio joy. Visit our website with links to all the other amazing shows at www.thepfpn.com. Thanks for listening.